Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be watching 10 lies Europeans believe about Americans. Be sure to leave a like on this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. So, with all that being said, let's jump right to it.
Lie. Okay, and this might just be a me thing, but the next lie that I believed about America before I went to America, and I actually think you're going to probably slag me off for this in comments. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 weird lies Europeans are told about America.
Alright, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Growing up, and that then once I visited America, I kind of had to unlearn. In case you're interested, I also have a list doing this the other way around, so let me know below in comments if you want to see.
If y'all want me to check that out, let me know.
Are told about Europe. And today's video is brought to you by the new thing that has been consuming.
Let's get forward.
Available on any characters from the channel. Celebrities are just everywhere. I was told was that Hollywood is full of shiny things and celebrities are just everywhere.
I ain't never been to Hollywood.
Hollywood itself is kind
but
of a cake.
I've heard it's dirty.
Wow, she really went there.
When I was there, I may have seen some celebrities, but they were keeping really low key and had baseball caps on, so they were very hard to spot. And Hollywood, as I said, is not that shiny and wonderful. The Hollywood sign itself is, I'll be honest, it's kind of a letdown. I guess I pictured Beverly Hills when I thought of Hollywood, but no. The next lie that Europeans are told about America is
I can't verify that
full
one.
of extremes. And don't get me wrong, it is, but it's not
For sure. We're not just going bang bang, shoot 'em up, guns everywhere. You know, that's a wild one.
Extremes. Our perception through the media is that Americans are either really fat or really fit. They're either total jocks or nerds. Stereotypes from movies.
Yeah, we got regular people
and like
here.
I said, don't get me wrong, those stereotypes exist for a reason. However, the majority of people are not extremes. They're just regular, in-between people with thoughts and feelings that vary and are nuanced. The next lie that Europeans are told about America is that you just quit your jobs whenever you want to. And that's, again, from TV shows and films. People just go,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. That one might not be crazy. People do quit their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, especially now, post COVID, easy quit a job and go get a new one.
I quit when they're unhappy or having a bad day.
You're fired.
I quit!
You're fired.
I quit.
You're fired!
You're fired! Right, I mean, I already quit, so.
Additionally, we think from the same sources that you can just go, you're fired out of the blue, and there's no repercussions for that. In fact, a lot of times contracts are in place and stuff, and it just doesn't work like that in the real world.
Okay, that's a good one.
You're fired,
but that's a TV show, you know what I
the
mean?
next lie that you are told about America as a European is that everybody in America.
Alright, with the thing about Instagram and whatnot, I think people are obsessed with celebrities. I don't think I follow any celebrities myself, but I know people who are like on like the celebrity is like their life. Like when they post, they're like, oh my god, look at this on my story. Celebrity. So that might not be a crazy one, man.
Is obsessed with celebrities, whereas actually the truth couldn't be farther from that. Okay, so in Europe, a lot of our celebrities come from America, so we naturally presume that everybody is completely obsessed with celebrities within America. In actual fact, most people just kind of see their lives and what goes on behind the scenes as a little bit of entertainment, just like we do in Europe. One thing I will say is kind of odd as a European, always when I go to America, is seeing on your mainstream news the focus on celebrities within actual serious news programs. We don't really have that as much in Europe. I know in the UK they focus a lot on royalty.
Make way for the loser.
But you don't tend to see people talking about celebs on news shows as much in Europe. The next lie, okay, and this might just be a me thing, but the next lie that I believed about America before I went to America, and I actually think you're going to probably slag me off for this in comments. I thought that you guys only had roll-on deodorant.
No, that's wild.
House spray on deodorant. Because
The first time, y'all know the Axe sprays. In middle school, those are the biggest thing. I hate those so much. And gel deodorant. So roll-on deodorants are the way to go, but we got more than that.
in movies, people always roll on their deodorant, you know, in the changing rooms and stuff. I know you have Old Spice and stuff like that, but for some reason, I had it in my head that in America...
That's a weird one.
spray-on deodorant didn't exist. And I was always like, wow, they should really get spray-on deodorant. I guess they don't use it in films because it goes and it would make a noise, whereas like it's easier to just do the roll-on if you're like shooting a TV scene. You don't have to have the but yeah, I don't know. That maybe that's just if you're from Europe, did you know that spray-on deodorant existed in America? Because I didn't. The next misconception that Europeans have about America is that you're all really rich. And I get why
I'm gonna just let y'all know.
this misconception exists, to be fair.
Just one more time. I'm broke.
Your houses and the land that your houses are on are generally a lot bigger than what we have in Europe for middle class people. Additionally, many people in America live on credit, so a lot of people are living above their means to what they really should be living. And the thing about credit in America is you are encouraged to use credit. Like a lot of things you can't get until you build up credit, which exists in Europe, but it isn't so much focused on. Like there are other ways to build up your trust with banks. And as I've mentioned before, I've never seen poverty quite like I've seen in America. In Europe, of course, there are homeless people, but not in the same way that they are in America.
Yeah, we got a lot of homeless people.
Because I went over expecting, as I said, pretty much everybody to be super rich, and then I saw people looking like Oliver Twist on the street, and that was a surprise to me. Additionally, some things in America are a lot cheaper than they are where I come from in Ireland. Ireland has just been named alongside Denmark as the most expensive country in Europe for the cost of living. The prices of goods and services in Ireland are on average 40% higher than they are anywhere else in the EU. And then when I went to America, it was like things were more expensive in some areas but cheaper in other areas. So I was surprised because I thought everything would be the same, if not more expensive when I went there. The next lie that we are told about America, and this should come as no surprise, and I don't want to get bogged down in the discussion too much, but it's that everybody there has pew-pews.
Oh, I see. That's what I said at the beginning. Everybody don't got guns. I ain't got no guns. We ain't out here just running up on people, shoot them. You know what I mean? We don't got that. At least some people don't. You know what I mean? I live in Texas, which is a big state for guns, but I don't got no guns.
Not everybody does. In fact, it's a very divided country on people's opinions about that, but people have very strong opinions about that, and I'm going to swiftly move on. I just thought that every single person would have one when I went there, and that's not the case. The next lie that Europeans are told about America is that pretty much teenagers run America, if media was to be believed, and movies and TV shows. In actual fact, I have still not seen a cheerleader when I've gone to America. I have never been invited to a prom or
I think teen years really matter in America. I don't know if you like. I haven't. My brother's a teenager. You know what I'm saying? I see him from time to time, but unless you're around the schools or nobody's really going to malls or anything anymore, I don't assume. So when would you actually see a teenager? You know what I mean? So.
Homecoming, and that seems like an integral part of your society from film and TV. So yeah, I know movies and TV shows aren't real, but I definitely thought that teenagers would have a more central role in America as a result of watching so many of them. The next lie that we are told about America is that you guys eat fast food constantly. And
people do eat fast food constantly, like every day. This is not a misconception. Like there's a McDonald's, Wendy's on every corner, bro. You do not have to drive far from them. Even if you're on a road trip, there's some kind of fast food you can stop and get. Like, that's not a lie.
That actually could not be further from the truth.
I think that's true.
Americans, more so than anywhere else in the world, love to cook. Americans love to barbecue. It's like your thing.
I love
like,
barbecue.
My grill, my barbecue. You're mad for cooking. There is fast food on every corner
in
America, so that's where the perception comes from. It's a lot easier to get your hands on, but most Americans don't eat fast food every single day. You cook for the most part. I definitely thought Americans just ate TV dinners and fast food constantly, and cooking was like something you did at family events. The next lie that we are told about America is that your breakfasts are crazy. Like you eat waffles and pancakes and cereal every single morning. You have a full feast for breakfast.
Oh, no way.
So yay! Enjoy stuff.
That's crazy because on TV shows, I always wish that I had, like, you know, when I was younger, I wish that my mom put out spreads like this, boy. But I'll be lucky if I get, like, an orange and, like, a piece of toast. This was not the spread. One day, somebody gonna put out me that spray, but for now,
Breakfast.
hasn't
In
been
fact, I
yet.
think most Americans probably live on just the same kinds of breakfast as most of us Europeans do. Of course, we have Irish breakfast, you have American breakfast, which consists of waffles and pancakes.
Yeah, they
that
be.
do exist.
I
but
gotta.
mostly,
I gotta. What's that? What's she saying? An assumption? I assume that y'all be eating beans in the morning.
Lots to do. Grab a payday.
So if you from Europe, let me know if y'all be eating.
Payday.
Let me know if y'all be eating beans in the morning, cause like I don't know why, but on like TV shows and stuff, I assume y'all be eating a lot of beans. But let me know.
I think our general day breakfast crossover. You might have a bowl of porridge, a bowl of cereal, slice of toast.
Also porridge. I never had
definitely
porridge.
thought it was like
And do everybody be drinking tea in Europe? That's another question I have. Y'all can answer those questions. Y'all got it.
America-themed breakfast every single day, whereas that's not really sustainable, and you would be carrying a lot of extra weight if you ate that every single day. I would love to have American breakfast every single day, but it's not a good idea. Although the same could be said for Irish breakfast. You should not eat Irish breakfast every single day, because to be honest, after I have an Irish breakfast, it's delicious, but it's
What's an Irish breakfast?
I'm like very I
Porridge?
like to have a little nap after an Irish breakfast. The next lie we're told about America, and there's truth in this one, but not as much as I had thought, it's that you will go around suing each other constantly. America
wish.
is an extremely litigious country, but I think that's also due to the proportion of people compared
I wouldn't even know where to start to sue somebody. So that's a crazy one. I gotta learn how to do that.
to everywhere else in the world. Like, if there's more people somewhere, there's going to be more people suing people, right? But the impression that we are given of Americans is that if you bang your head on something, you're going to sue the company that built that something. Whereas the truth is, most times when something happens, people just let it go unless there's like serious ramifications. I definitely did think people just went around suing each other. I don't think that this is not fueled by the urban myths that are created on the internet. For example, there's that urban myth about the woman in America who sued McDonald's because her coffee was too hot, whereas if you actually go and look that up, the truth is that woman was actually really badly injured and that the coffee was way hotter than it should have been. But people like these extravagant headlines, and it makes Europeans think that Americans do just go around being like,
They can't just run with the headlines.
And also I thought that every American just had a lawyer on standby. When you see things, again, people go, call my lawyer. Most people don't just have a lawyer to call. You generally have to...
Wish I had a lawyer. You got that money.
Let me know below in comments if you want to see the other way round version of this, lies.
Alright, y'all. That's the end of that video, man. Let me know if you're European and you had these type of assumptions. Let me know. And answer my questions that I asked, because I would love to... Do y'all be eating beans? What is the Irish breakfast, really? Yeah, just some basics, you know what I mean? Do y'all have guns there? Do you be carrying them long? When I think of like a British gun, I think of the ones you put the gunpowder in there really long. Like, I don't know why I think y'all still live in the 1700s. But don't fire me up. Just help me out, enlighten me. But be sure to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and leave a like, man. I am Aubrey Love, and until next time, God bless.